Instant Family. So Instant Family tells the story of Pete and Ellie, a couple who want to adopt a child because they see their foster program on this computer about adopting children. And the story is basically them trying to deal with this new family. They're trying to adopt these kids, get them to be a part of this family. And the kids, they're trying to get the kids to accept them as parents, because these are kids that have struggled with harsh times, passed from family to family. They're not understanding the word love or trust. And in the story, there's a lot of family content of them trying to be a family. That's what Insta Family is about. All of them trying to be a family. Wow, this film is absolutely brilliant. You know, I was really surprised. This film has really surprised me. I thought it was going to be just a fun, hilarious, kind of like Daddy's Home type of film. It is far from that. It is very surprising. This film is full of fantastic things. For a start, this is a spoiler because I wanted to go into depth with this film. So if you haven't seen this film yet, don't watch this review. But as you can see, it's a really good in-depth film because it has hilarious content in it. It has some great funny moments. There's some you see a really good chemistry between most of the characters, especially Rose Byrne, who plays Ellie, and Mark Wahlberg, who plays Pete, with Lizzie, played by Isabella Manning, who actually sings the song of this film as well as be in it. It really does tug on your heartstrings as well, because it really is an emotional film. Might not be funny, but I did get emotional while watching this, because it's that thing where a child who's been stuck in foster care for so long has to trust this new family they're in. And it's so difficult, especially when you've been in a situation with a mother and father that you were born into basically has let you down, disappointed you, or you've been in these horrible situations, and it's accepting that person that's in your life right now is the hardest thing. And you really do follow these characters. Let's start with the cast first. Mark Wahlberg plays Pete. He's a fantastic actor. He's learning to be a dad in this film. And you see that he is trying to find this bond. He's never done this before in his life. And it's a new dad kind of thing. And you see him grow into the role. And it's really great. His convincing acting with these kids is so brilliant. Rose Byrne plays Ellie. Again, she is a new mother who is trying to learn how to be a mother. She's always wanted to be a mother, and she wants to give these kids a chance. And the reason they've chosen these kids is to give them a chance. But my favourite character is Isabella Manning, who plays Lizzie. Wow, Lizzie's story is heart-tugging. She struggles with trusting people. And after her mother has abandoned her, they were in a drug situation, a real massive drug situation, where her mother was on cannabis, and she came from a meth lab and her meth lab exploded, and then that left Lizzie. But the funny thing is in this film is Lizzie is still believing this mother loves her. She still believes that her mother still wants her. And it's so hard for her. Why? The reason you see in the trailer, she acts rationally. And because she's so aggressive and she's so, swearing, and she's, attitude, because she finds it hard to trust. She finds it hard to trust these people she's with, because she's been let down so many times. And she says a quote in this film: "You're just another white family who try and make their lives better just by having us." Because that's what she's had all her life. And you see that in her character and in her acting. You see the emotional breakdown. She's emotional. She's got emotional acting. She's got great chemistry with Mark Wahlberg and Rose Byrne. And you really do feel for this girl within this film. And after the fact that she's been through all this, she's got to try and love these parents, these strangers. At first she sees them as strangers. But Pete and Ellie really do prove themselves in this film. And it's really about a family being brought together. And it's so brilliant. It's so realistic. And it really shows you real life issues within adoption. And you see the struggles. You see the problems. You see the emotional depth of the film. and how hard it is to actually adopt these children, because it's really hard to get these children to accept you as mum and dad after what they've been through. They are troubled, stressed, emotional kids who have been through hell, literally hell. And this film really does get into that, and it's fantastic acting, and the ending is beautiful when they all come together as a family in the end, and the adoption comes through, and it's fantastic. I did see this film as a spoiler, but it was absolutely brilliant, and it's fantastic. It really is fantastic. I think one problem I had with it, one small problem, was the comedy was a little bit increased to where it wasn't funny, but that was it. It's not incredible, but the film is brilliant. It is moving and it is emotional. It is fantastic. The kids are adorable and fantastic actors, and Isabella is my favourite actor in it. She's just incredible with her acting, and you can see how much Lizzie struggles, how much Lizzie tries to open her heart to these people. And there is one moment in the film where you see Ellie and Lizzie bonding, and then you see how when Lizzie is brushing her hair in the mirror with the brush that Ellie's given her, you can see that she's trying to trust this woman, but then you hear the reason that her mother used to brush her hair, and it's so horrible, especially when Lizzie breaks down, when her mother lets her down again, and it's so hard for a daughter to try and accept these parents when she's got this bond with her mother, and it's so hard for her to accept that her mother's not coming back, that her mother has let her down for good and she's never going to see her again. And it really is emotional to watch that. So the film is brilliant. It is heart-tugging, it's funny, it's hilarious. Like I said, the comedy's forced a little bit, but apart from that, this film is brilliant. It was a lot more what I was expecting. I was quite surprised, and this is what I love about reviewing films, when I'm surprised and I watch an emotional truth story like this. It's fantastic. So for all those reasons, I'm going to give Instant Family 4 stars. So Instant Family, have you guys seen this brilliant film? If you haven't, I would say go watch it, because you will love it. It's very realistic and it will make you cry, because it made me cry. It was fantastic. If you do like this video, please click the thumbs up just below the screen. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see any more of my movie reviews. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great week or weekend, and I will see you in my next movie review.